Kim. This is my testimony. When I was young, my father was very abusive and neglective, and it kind of led to depression. Later on, when my mom finally got custody of me, I started to rebel, sneaking out, doing drugs, having sex. At the age of 16, I began to be very suicidal. Started cutting myself. Just started having very negative thoughts towards myself and downing myself. And I stole my mom's pills. And in school, the day before my brother's birthday, I overdosed. After that, I started getting back into heavy drugs. Me and my best friend, we'd start to go party, drinking, and then one day we were going to Walmart and I met Jacoby and Richard, and they told me about their testimonies. About a month later, I was at Strong Tower. God put them in my path to find Strong Tower. I didn't look for it. Since I've been here, I've learned to trust myself and to trust my Father again and to forgive Him, because God forgave me, I can forgive Him. I can lean on God and not on my own understanding. I've gotten really close to God. I've learned to worship like I've never worshiped before. My little brother and me were closer than ever. And my mom, even though I hurt the one person I love the most, she still loves me. Thank you, Strong Tower.
My name is Joshua Warner from Boston, Massachusetts, and this is my testimony. There were some hard times growing up. You know, you're always trying to fit in everywhere you go. You know, you always want to make this person happy, or and then there's also the times where you just don't care. And that was pretty much life for me. I got my first taste of alcohol when I was 13. I was at a party. Instead of leaning on God, I started having a lot of issues, and I leaned more on alcohol. Eventually started messing around with prescription drugs, Oxycontins, Vicodins, Percocets. I started leaning more onto them, the prescription drugs and the alcohol, right after 2010 when my mom died. I started feeling like I was losing my connection to any family that I had. I was falling more into drinking and partying, going to the clubs, dabbing in, whatever I was offered. The final, probably what set me over the edge the most, where I just couldn't take it anymore. When I lost my cousin, Crystal Campbell. From that point, I pretty much just left my life get out of control and did what I wanted, listened to my own desires. It took me all the way to doing 6 months in jail. The entire 6 months that I was in Missouri County Jail, I became friends with one of the assistant pastors named Shane, who ironically owns a tree service and donates to Strong Tower. I called him and I told him the situation, and he told me, he goes, "Look, there's a place I can send you. It's gonna change your life." It wasn't easy. It definitely was not easy, but here I am. As far as my victories go, I would have to say that being able to handle people better, you start to learn that there's a better way to handle things than the way the world has you think that you're supposed to handle things. I'm able to hear God's voice. I have restoration with my GMA. God is definitely leading the way, and I'm doing my best to stay on the path that He has set forth for me.
My name is Rex Burrow, and this is my testimony. I grew up in a normal home. My mother and father worked all the time. Me and my brother got to run around and do whatever we wanted, pretty much. As long as we, worked after school, we could do whatever we wanted to do, pretty much. We started doing drugs at a young age. I started doing drugs when I was 8. And just got skewed off. Ended up going to prison multiple times. Done over 20 years in prison. I've been to Strong Tower 3 times. first time I was here 30 days, it was about 6 years ago. I could feel the presence of the Lord on this place. I could feel God changing me, and it scared me to death. I was fresh out of prison, and I didn't know how to take that. I could take a lot of things, but I didn't know how to take that. So I ran out of here scared, but it stayed in my heart. What I experienced here, the people I experienced here, Pastor and Miss Kendra's kindness, it stayed with me. And while I was gone, that time, I lost everything. I lost my business. I lost my wife, OD'd and died. I lost everything. Everything that I really cared about. Respect of my parents. Nobody wanted anything to do with me anymore. When I came back the second time, I came back, I was all in, 100%, and did real well. And then the devil kept talking to me, and I started listening, and I left again. But that time it was different because 2 days after I left, I knew exactly where I belonged. You know? But I had to go to jail and sit in jail for 5 months and wait to get back. But the difference was this time I was in jail speaking about God, not like I was before. And the other difference was I told God that I figured I was going to jail again for a long time, 25 to life or whatever. And God showed me mercy. I mean, in a town where I should have been indicted and they threw the key away, they let me go. They didn't even indict me. And that was God, 100%. There's no other way to explain it. Now I can live every day for the Lord and every day for my brothers and sisters. And that's all I want to do. I don't want to do anything else. I don't want to go anywhere else. I'm perfectly content with my life. Is every day great? No. But the joy of the Lord is what I seek. And that's what I find in that chapel. That's what I find on this property. That's what I find with these people. God's moving in this place.